Hi guys, it's me, TONIK TZW, and the other day I bumped into somebody on voice comms in a game and he's called ViperKeeper, so we decided to team up and play a couple of games. Now, it takes a while to learn how different people play the game and how they play certain ships, so we weren't expecting anything miraculous, but I consider myself a good player most of the time, and ViperKeeper is himself a very good player and certainly knows what he's doing. So there is the team sheet. You can see we've got an Arizona, a Budyoni and a Fubuki division. We've got 2 destroyers, 3 cruisers, and the remainder are battleships. So it should be happy hunting for me in the tier 5 premium British destroyer, the Gallant, especially with a Huger as backup and that amazing main gun reload booster. But it's not going to turn out that way, and to be frank, it's going to turn into not a complete potato fest, but it's going to be one of those games that is absolutely impossible to carry. And the majority of it is, I'll try that again, the majority of it is going to come down to positioning and the positioning at certain places in the game, where in hindsight, watching the video back and watching where ships move to, it could have been better and we might have been able to actually do something more in this game. But it's going to turn in a pretty solid show for the two of us, but neither of us is going to win an Oscar. So we decide that we are going to push B straight away. Now the other destroyer is going wide of B. I don't know what his plan is, but I can see that obviously I am located. I'm the closest target to a ship running twist and track perceptive, or with a commander that has the skill on which gives the location. That's normally a Russian cruiser, but Shelley Beepley, I think it is, on the American cruiser line also has that special skill. It extends the sonar duration and it shows the location of the nearest ship. Now, hanging here on the edge of the cap, I'm no longer located, which tells me that the destroyer on my left is probably the closest ship. So we're going to back out and then we are going to push back in, and I'm kind of indicating to the team there that put your guns across there because I'm going to move forward. But you look on the north tip of the island beside A cap, and we've got 2 ships stacked up on the corner, and the other ship is kind of heading in this direction too, and basically they're going to leave an open flank. Again, hindsight, wonderful thing. In reflection, could I have stayed on A and perhaps screened that from a push by red team? Well, no, we had 3 ships there. Surely one of them must have been able to see something pushing in that direction. And here we go, shots on the Farragut. And as I said, ViperKeeper knows his stuff. He's got HE loaded and he takes a chunk off that Farragut as everybody focuses fire on this guy, and he has nothing to do but to smoke up in the hope of saving himself. Now I'm expecting torpedoes coming from that direction, but knowing that he's low health and knowing that I'm in a pretty good gunboat, what I'm going to do is see if we can find a dope in the smoke with some torpedoes through that smoke. But at the same time, we are going to turn, we are going to get our guns on, and we are going to run this guy down in his smoke screen, because if we flush him out, then we want to be able to gun him down along with the rest of the team. So here we go, running in. We know we're going to automatically detect him at 2 kilometers. The cap is still contested, so he's still out here somewhere. But there we go, we take the last of his hit points with the first blood. But in running in, we get a little bit close to this Iron Duke, so we've got no choice but to drop our own smoke screen and go skinny to that guy and start coming away. Now, you'll see that pretty much I was spotting everything there, and we have lost one of our cruisers who was running away from ACAP, and so I tell ViperKeeper, look, I think I'm going to have to push this flank. But there is our other guy. I think he's in a Farragut, and he looks like he's getting thirsty for some torpedo kills. That's great, mate. You crack on. We are going to take this cap, and then we're going to try and push back against these guys coming around the flank. Now you'll notice that there's a couple of ships way across there on the right side of the minimap, and they are basically going to camp behind those hills for the majority of the game. And I think potentially the amount of time they spend behind there is going to cost us damage on these guys that are pushing the flank. But I am sailing back. There we go. My twist and track flips off my bow. I give everybody an indication that there is a target out there. There's torpedoes. There is the Fubuki. He's coming straight into me. He's just fired one set. I am going to go guns on. I know he's in a division. I know he's got a cruiser with him, and I'm just hoping that people are going to turn and start shooting at this guy again. But there we go. ViperKeeper, I think, puts a salvo in there. We knock out the guy's engine. He takes another hit. I am staying guns. I'm taking fire myself, but we get rid of that destroyer. Not having a smoke screen available now, and here come the torpedoes from the Fubuki. We're just going to have to keep running in a straight line and burning down until such time as we drop detection, and we need to let that fire burn out. But there is radar from the Budyoni, and it's like, oh crap, target him everybody, let's run away from him as fast as we can. There we go. We've still got the fire burning, our engine is out, but we're going to turn back and go against these guys. We're having a look to see what's going to happen there. Limited torpedo range. He's probably going to back up so we don't fire. So there we've got literally all of the red team in the center of the map, and this isn't a good place to be. There's another Budyoni there, and there is also another cruiser out here. So rather than use my repair party and have a cooldown running on that, I just allow the engine to repair itself, and I'm going to try and push back against this smoke screen and see what we can get spotted and hope that the team can get shots on. There's the Arizona. He's going to be outside of torpedo range. The one thing about the Gallant is that its concealment isn't as good. Even though it's a premium, its concealment isn't as good as a Tech Tree destroyer. Here we've got 5.6. That is running Reginald Tyrewit at 16.4. With Eric Bay at 16.4. And then I run William Sims at 16.3 to give me some extra hit points, because when you're in a little boat with very few hit points, it does really help. Now we've put a single shot spread on that cruiser that was hiding behind the island. They're just about to make contact with him, so even though he was bow on, those single fire torps do the job and we get rid of a cruiser. We even up the teams, but the red team still have 2 caps. And as I was saying, I keep thinking that even though commander concealment has been nerfed a little bit, for some reason I keep thinking the concealment on this is slightly lower than it actually is, and I get a little bit too close to that Leander, get myself spotted. I think otherwise he would have sailed straight into those torpedoes, and that shot is going to haunt me, because that is a mistake, and I'm coming away from this guy as fast as he can, but dropping my second smoke, he gets shots on him, and although ViperKeeper is trying to get guns on and get across there, I do need to keep running and open some distance. You see, we're spotted again. We're right on the limit here of detection, but we're going to turn, come out of the smoke, see if we can get him spotted, and see if we can get this guy off the map. But here, pushing fast and strong, is the Huger. It looks like he is just going to keep sailing in a straight line. Now, that little island there in front of us, there is a little channel behind it, but is the Huger going to stop there? We don't know. We're just going to have to try and put these torpedoes on and either force him into a turn or kill him. One or the other, all the while trying to keep that Leander spotted. He is going to be a pain in the backside. But out of 4 destroyers that started the game, I am the only destroyer left. And yeah, I accounted for both the others. So there, and a cruiser. And yeah, Mr. Huger there has not learned about changing direction or speed. He is going to sail straight into those torpedoes, and that is going to convert into a dev strike for me. That is kill number 4 with 3 ships left on the game. You know what that means. There's a potential for a crack in here. But we need to get this Leander spotted because I need him off the map. I know he's only got AP, but I don't want to have to get into a gunfight with him, not with 2 battleships on my left flank, because a salvo off each of those would be absolutely fatal for me. So I'm thinking, are they going to make the same mistake the Huger is? I'm looking and I'm questioning whether or not they're going to come sailing through, and looking at where the Leander is quickly, swinging around, and here we go. The torps look like they're going to be worth putting in front. But here we go, they are slowing down, and I'm thinking, are they going to stop right where they are now? The other guy looks like he's going to push through a bit, so we lead and fire the second set of torpedoes. No, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. No, he's slowing down. What we're going to do here, indecision, we fire the torpedoes. Maybe we should have held on to those though. Hindsight again. But we're keeping them spotted. They want to push into this cap. You can see now that basically it is 3v3, and the cruiser that is left has sailed all the way across behind the end of that island on the far side. Now, I don't know what he was doing across there. I would love to know what he was doing across there. I don't know if he could still land shots on these guys and keep the cap reset. There's plenty of fire going in, but I think that is ViperKeeper putting those shots in there. Now, sadly, the Arizona outturns those torpedoes, and this is where I wish I'd have had a set free, and then I could have had 2 sets right now. But we're waiting for the reload. The cruiser is still fired. ViperKeeper can't get a shot on him just yet. He's trying to get rid of the 2 battleships because they are focusing him. I am going to have to move in and contest this cap all the while, trying to keep my head on a swivel and see where all these targets are. But we're safe. We've got 400 yards to play with as far as concealment goes, 300 yards now. Tennessee is coming out. We've got 10 seconds for another set of torpedoes. The Tennessee has taken fire. I think ViperKeeper, here we go. Now he's moved around the back of the island. There's still shots going in, and I'm guessing that must be the cruiser. So he must be able to loft shots. And I say, okay, you know, Tennessee's ticking, he's burning. Let's have a look at what we can do with this Arizona. But the cruiser is inching closer and closer. We get a torpedo on the Arizona, and we get a flood, and I call out to ViperKeeper that he has damage conned. Any fires, any floods on him now will tick, and we can switch our attention to the Leander. It has been a tough fight, with much of the team disappearing at a very early stage. Now I get spotted again because the Leander is just rushing, but he's smoking up. They know they have got this one in the bag with 1.5 minutes to play. We need to kill both of these ships to seal ourselves a win. There we go. Leander taking pot shots at me. I'm trying to stay angled to him and the Arizona. We drop detection, and now we are going to swing around. What's he doing? Is he going to back up into that smoke? Yes, he is. But how far is he going to back up? There is one set of torpedoes. There's 16 seconds for the last set there. So we outside to put some guns on, see if we can get a fire. We get a cap reset. We're spotted by the Arizona, and ViperKeeper picks up a high caliber there. We put guns onto the Arizona to help to take him down. We are literally fighting as hard as we can here. And if you know that song, It's Just the Two of Us, that's exactly how it has felt this entire game. Like nobody else was able to achieve anything. Now, for whatever reason, that spread of torpedoes decides to look like a Hick's teeth. We land one torpedo. I put another torpedo out there. We put some through the spread. But then I realize from the sound of the clock that we're ticking down on 10 seconds. Are my torpedoes going to reach it? Are we going to pull a Kraken? Are we going to pull a clutch win out of this game? And I'm sorry to say, but the answer is no. We finish on 85,000 damage with 4 kills, a dev strike, the first blood. What did we get? We got a battleship, a cruiser, and 2 destroyers, but that's not the worst of it, because looking at the team stats, ViperKeeper picks up 4 kills as well, and both of our base XP in defeat is above the winning person on the winning team, red team. That absolutely sucks, and if we had 30 seconds more to play, that would have been a Kraken and it would have been a win. But could have, would have, should have. That is the way the cookie crumbles, I'm sad to say. But I hope you enjoy that one. I'd like to say thanks for ViperKeeper for playing that game. It's great to have a video with you on the channel. So hit a link, guys, smash like, subscribe, and take care of yourselves until next time.